The Cowboys' recent slide continues in Atlanta as they drop their third straight game in a row. And to add further insult to injury, no pun intended, they lose their two best offensive playmakers in CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott. Now, CeeDee Lamb is slated to miss minimal time, if any, because of an AC joint sprain, and the damage doesn't seem too serious that he could in fact suit up next week against the Philadelphia Eagles. The bigger injury of the two is to Dak Prescott, where he seems to have suffered a hamstring strain that seems to be significant enough to him to miss multiple weeks, according to reports. And at this point, standing at 3-5 with the most brutal part of your schedule coming up, and it makes sense at this point to protect your $240 million asset that's making $60 million just this season alone, and put him on IR for the rest of this season. Because if he were to come back after missing 4 games, who's to say that Cooper Rush or Trey Lance is going to be able to keep the ship afloat and have Dak be ready for a stretch run to somehow make the postseason. They currently stand at 3-5. Like I said, the most brutal part of their schedule is coming up. There's no way out of this mess, unfortunately. And unfortunately, this season just looks done at this point. I mean, the injuries to Micah, to DeMarcus Lawrence, and now Dak give Jerry Jones the most perfect out to escape with this season, where he touted that they're all in, they're going all in for a championship. Well, we've seen the moves so far, because coming into this game, their biggest splash, Ezekiel Elliott, was suspended due to disciplinary reasons, and he didn't even make the flight over to Atlanta. And Mike McCarthy, who came into this game already on the hot seat, but made countless tactical errors. I mean, 3 big scenarios come to mind with Mike McCarthy in this game, where he had a bunch of pre-snap penalties, illegal shifts, too many men in the huddle, and in a pivotal sequence for Atlanta where they had 3rd and 4 inside Dallas territory, they had a chance to get off the field. Mike McCarthy doesn't account that he only has 10 men on the field. So when you're playing a man down with incompetent coaching and incompetent game management, that's already a recipe for disaster. But, you know, Jerry is going to still stand pat with this guy, his puppet, and stand pat with his decisions that he made in the offseason, because we know that this guy won't hold himself accountable. He is always there front and center when the Cowboys are doing remotely well, taking all the credit, soaking up the sunshine, the limelight, the spotlight, etc. But when the Cowboys suck, when the Cowboys are doing very poorly in a given regular season, he's shifting blame, avoiding things, making excuses left and right. But, you know, hey Jerry, at least you got your tourists coming in, checking out the facility, making a bunch of money through that, because those tourists get to see up close and center of the dumpster fire that is your organization.